Hola culés, welcome to Barça Volume. In today's video, I have a very, very interesting guest for you guys. My man, Garrett. How are you, man? Over 10,000 subscribers in his channel, guys, and I'm bringing here with me. I hope you guys can like this video, subscribe, and go subscribe to my man, Garrett. How are you, man?
Good, brother. Thanks for having me on the channel. And for those who haven't, if you guys haven't checked any of my videos, we've been collaborating on my channel as well. So we're gonna be doing this a lot, especially it's not even season hasn't even started yet, not even close. So a lot of really fun and exciting stuff coming over the next couple months.
Araujo and this AC Milan rumors that are starting out. Apparently, AC Milan is interested in a swap deal with Leao, knowing that Barcelona is after a left winger, and they are trying to structure a contract. And more appealing for Barcelona, it's like you give me Araujo, and I will give you Leao. What are your thoughts on that?
So I'm not. I actually, this is the first I'm hearing of this.
I'm gonna share the screen. I'm gonna share the screen. Mundo Deportivo. AC Milan has offered Real Leao in a swap deal for Ronald Araujo.
Who posted that?
It's Mundo Deportivo. Apparently, they are the ones who are leaking the story. It's not all the media outlets, so it's not 100%. I just thought it was interesting. A swap deal, sort of like the NBA, being introduced because I know in soccer and it doesn't really happen at all.
So wow. So man, this is a really tough one because I am one of the few individuals that actually I don't want to say side with Araujo. I think he gets a lot of criticism. Like you said, it's a lot of overreactionary, and I'm not the overreactions for PSG and for Inter, especially PSG, are valid, but there are other goals that Barcelona let up against Inter Milan that were not Araujo's fault. So we can't blame him for everything. And I still think he brings a sense of pace, strength, and athleticism as a center back that not one other player in this team has. And for that reason, and for the reason where I think it's very, very tough to find another class center back, it just makes it so hard to get rid of him. But when you do have the capabilities to bring in a Rafael Leao, a generational, arguably the most talented player on the ball, and that's unbelievably fast. It's super hard to turn that down. What do you think?
Yeah, to be honest with you, my thoughts on a swap deal, it sounds better than it actually is because when it comes down to the to everything, right? The let's say it's two players now that we need to please, not just one. Every time you go get a Leao, you go get a Nico, it's between the team and the player. So in this instance, now the reason why it's so tricky is because now we have to see what the terms, what Leao is demanding, what Araujo it's demanding. AC Milan has to be okay with Araujo's terms. Barcelona has to get okay with Leao, and at the end of the day, I feel like this is one of the reasons why these things never happen in soccer. So I to me, I think it sounds great, but if you ask me, like in a perfect world, would I swap those two? My answer is yes, because depend. But like I said, it depends on the negotiations. Because I would say yes, I would do it, but is Leao okay with playing not as a starting spot? Is he okay with coming in the second half for 30 minutes? Is it okay to be a rotational player, maybe start a few games, but not every game? So
Which is
that's what
crazy to think a
that's
player
why.
like Leao might not start every match. But I also, you have to think about it. Would Araujo, would he want to go to an AC Milan team that's losing their best player in Leao and then loses Reinders to Man City? They're gonna not be a great team.
This is why it's so difficult to do swap deals, because everybody has to be okay with it. And I don't think that it's well, if you in a vacuum, right? I think having Araujo in AC Milan, it's a great signing for them.
Oh, for
Having
sure.
having Leao for Barcelona, it's a great signing for Barcelona as well. So it just depends. But let's say that you value Araujo at 60. but you don't value Leao at 60. That's when it gets tricky. And does the other team want to pay money on top of that?
Right.
And paying that kind of money for a player who's going to come in to be in a rotation, because Leao wouldn't be the type of player that I would want to move everything around just so that I can plug him in. I would do
Mm.
that for Nico because he's so young and he's I love everything he brings to the table. I already know that he knows how to play with all the Barcelona players, so I can compromise. But when it comes to Leao, Leao is a player who's going to need to prove it. So that's kind of where I draw the line when it comes to Araujo. I want to get your thoughts on the Club World Cup because I am going to give you my thoughts real quick. I know you have really strong thoughts about Inter Miami, and the chaos was so bad that it was almost like looking at two JV teams that can't even score, and they ended up 0-0. It's so hilarious.
Yeah, this just gives the MLS and the USA even more of a bad rap when it comes to football because watching that match, and again, end of Messi, Suarez, Busquets' career, but there's still the names. That Miami team is horrible. That the defense horrible. How I don't know. Was that a Saudi Pro League team they played?
Yes, Asia. Not a. I don't think it was Saudi. I think it was. It looked like it was Saudi. I don't even know.
They should have lost. I mean, the first half should have been 2-3-0. I don't know how it ended up as a draw, but my thoughts as the whole with the Club World Cup, I'm very disappointed. I don't know how serious these bigger clubs are taking this, like PSG, Man City, Real Madrid, et cetera. I know there's a big prize pot, which they want to win the money, but when you have teams like Auckland FC getting blown out 10-0 to Bayern, and you don't have Barcelona, you don't have Manchester United, you don't have Liverpool, AC Milan. Imagine how many more people you would go to the matches if Barcelona was there. It's one of the biggest clubs of all time. So I think they made a little bit of a mistake doing this. I understand the inclusivity, but I'm a little disappointed.
Yeah, to be honest with you, my thoughts, and I'll touch on it briefly. It's just that I thought I was gonna get much better product when it comes to PSG and Atletico Madrid, but it just gave me the friendly match vibes. I don't know if you saw any of it, but I mean PSG just run over, Atletico Madrid. It was a little weird because Atletico Madrid did have a few chances where they could have scored two easy goals. There was one that was disallowed, but at the end of the day, like even if you are playing with like let's say Atletico Madrid and PSG, at least give me a night game and give me some vibes. But I just didn't get this whole vibe that this was an actual important game. And I get the whole reverse thing, but the fact that this team got blown out 10-0 by Bayern Munich in that goal, the goalkeeper, I heard the story that I guess he's like a plumber, like or
A
I can't
warehouse
remember.
manager, I think. He's a
Warehouse
warehouse
manager. There you go.
manager.
Yeah, a warehouse manager, dude. He was the keeper. Are you kidding me? Going up against freaking Mueller and Harry Kane. Like, how did Harry Kane not score in that game? It's just beyond me.
You know what's you know what's great though, which is hilarious. This is actually good for us and our boys at Barcelona that PSG without Dembele beats Atletico 4-0. Shows us maybe Dembele wasn't as important to that team as we thought.
Exactly. That's exactly right, man. That's funny.